It is your boy Octo Cruel, and we're going to be watching the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a story 100 years before The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So essentially this is a prequel based on Hyrule Warriors, so interesting idea actually. It's cool to get more story of the past. But let's get right into it. Let's stop talking. Alright, Koei Tecmo Games.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Cool.
We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, where is that?
Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
I'm not.
Everyone, thank you so much.
But it was a fun game.
Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates.
That's fine. As long as the game is good, I don't care how long I have to wait.
In the meantime, we've prepared a different way for you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
Whoa, video time, baby. Let's go.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
All right. It actually looks really pretty. Ooh, you play Zelda. Fish waifu. Ooh. Oh, I want to play the Goron. I love Gorons. Ooh, you can! Ooh. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Okay.
I must protect everyone.
Rip Zelda, she dies. Confirmed.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity.
Nice. It looks cool.
This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full. In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the great calamity.
Alright, that's cool. So you basically see
now,
everything
I
that
would
led
like
up
to
to Breath of the
invite
Wild.
Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr. Hayashi, to join me here.
Hello everyone, I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think? The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions.
My god, the graphics of like the Wii U compared to the Switch
The
is
Legend
like
of
huge.
Zelda Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience.
God, I love that when you
It's
can
a
crush
new
them with
special
boulders.
title for me. Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process,
Well, that's good news.
including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue.
Nice.
And while we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series, with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide variety of playable characters, this became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild firsthand.
Is that it? Oh, nope, we got more stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed with how the Warriors development team, led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I
actually like the
believe this
first game.
game
It's
will
pretty
offer
fun
the
for a while.
experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game. I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild can experience this game.
All right, what's the release date?
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
Oh wow, that's not. Isn't that like 2 months?
Thank you for your
Not
continued
bad.
support for The Legend of Zelda and this game.
All right, that was awesome. Now it's time to talk about what we watched, and that was Now it's time to talk about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I have to be honest. Okay. Now it's time to talk about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I will be honest. At first I was thinking, ooh, it's just another Warriors game. It's going to be like a little cash grab. But no, this is actually going to expand the Breath of the Wild lore, which is great for when the second game comes out. And, with COVID, who knows when that'll be. I'm guessing like mid next year, maybe longer. I don't know. I think COVID has just set Nintendo back so much compared to other companies. It's insane. Like, really insane. Like, the fact that we haven't had any announcement of a new character in Smash for as long as we had is pretty crazy. But it's understandable. There's nothing we can do but be patient, and I'm okay with that. But this game is a filler to give us a lot more backstory and kind of flesh out the whole story of Breath of the Wild more is brilliant. To see everything that happened to Link before he fell asleep and what led to the whole calamity, I dig it. There's more story. There's more depth to the world. And the fact you get to see all the characters again, I can't remember their names. Like, I'm sorry, I haven't played Breath of the Wild since it first came out. And I think that was 2017. Wasn't there 2017? It's around that period, and so I can't remember a lot of it. I know the Bokoblins, I love those guys. Like, they're my favorite little things. They're so funny, and there's like tons of them. You can just whip around and slam them about. And the fact that I can actually play as the Goron dude, woo, baby, your boy loves Gorons. Gorons are my favorite part of like Legend of Zelda. Like, oh god, they're just the funniest things ever, eating their rocks and stuff. But yeah, I like Dynasty Warriors a lot, so the Warrior games are something I'm pretty fond of. Big ups to Lu Bu and Guan Yu, my favorite characters from Dynasty Warriors. But in general, I'm just really excited. Like, I think it's a great thing for people who are very invested in the game, because there are people who still play it today. Like, it's just a fun game to play. It's like mindless. It's so adventurous. I don't know. All in all, this is a good thing. Some people are going to be like, oh, I don't want a Warriors. But don't buy it. They don't play it. That's it. Some people want to see this. Some people want to know about the world. And that's basically the only reason they might just get this game, and that's fine too. But anyways, that's it from your boy, Octo Cruel. I am going to peace out. What did you guys think of this? Are you a fan of Warrior games? Or you're like, not my thing? Let me know in the comments down below. You can like the video, or you can even dislike it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but, I'd appreciate the like. And subscribe if you want. That's it from me. So, peace on out.